What? Wait, I don't think they're ready for this.
These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. Pull up on them and it look nice, look nice.
These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. Pull up on them and it look nice, nice.
Yeah, we look nice, future looking nice, we don't need to tell them twice.
Here comes the future.
Yeah, we look nice, future looking real nice, we don't need to tell them twice.
Here comes the future.
Here come the future. We're here in Campbelltown Stadium in Sydney for one of the most newest recent rivalries in the Isuzu UTE A-League men's competition. Macarthur FC, the Bulls, they're back at home and they're taking on one of the biggest names in the competition, Sydney FC. And the biggest surprise of all is that they're doing it from the top of the table, looking down at everybody else. Macarthur FC, the only undefeated side left in the competition, with 13 points from a possible 15 so far, just the one draw, and that came on the opening day of the season. Since then, 4 straight wins, including a 1-0 victory over Sydney FC. That came back in round 2 of the season. We've only seen new signing and Socceroo Tommy Juric fleetingly as we have a look at Ante Milicic's starting 11 there. 2 changes. He's without Curto, the goalkeeper. He's suspended after picking up a red card last time out. And Liam Rose steps out of midfield. He's been replaced by Jake Holman, who netted his first A-League goal this season a couple of weeks ago against Western Sydney. A 5-4-1, we'll see how they actually line up, perhaps a 3-5-2. And it's Craig Noon wearing the captain's armband, probably in that right wing-back position. Danny De Silva is also one to look out for, but perhaps none more so than Tommy Uscock. He broke the deadlock against Western Sydney 2 weeks ago, and he's the only man in the back line for Macarthur who was here in round 2 against Sydney. Curto, the goalkeeper, suspended. Jovanovic and Shushnya are both missing as well, so he will have a very important role for Macarthur FC this afternoon. They take on a Sydney FC side who, as I just mentioned, poor old Steve Corica's had to ring the changes in that 4-4-2 formation, and it's a young, very fast-looking attack. Trent Bahaja and Patrick Wood come into the side, while Ryan Grant returns from COVID. COVID rotating doors at the moment as Cam Sober and Bobo miss out, and Adam Lafondra, who has 2 goals already this campaign, joins the likes of Bratton and Barbarouses with that broken ankle on the sidelines as well. Ante Milicic, well, he was a former striker, a very good one as well, who won the league in Australia, but his side is making a name for itself defensively so far this season. Kurt Hams is our referee for this afternoon's clash. Steve Corica, he has a job to do. He's digging deep into his resources. And we are underway at Campbelltown Stadium. Undefeated, top of the table, Macarthur Bulls versus a Sydney FC side looking for back-to-back wins for the first time this campaign. And I'm pleased to say I'm joined by Phil Moss in the commentary position. Mossy, Sydney need to string together some wins. Do you think it could be today?
They certainly do, Robbie. Great to be here alongside you for this game. So much riding on tonight's game in so many different ways. It will be hurting Sydney FC's dressing room to see Macarthur FC top of the pops. Sydney aren't used to that. And obviously the new boys in town are where the old boys of town want to be. So a lot of motivations going on tonight. Obviously Macarthur got the chocolates the first time they played each other this season, and they've got their injury concerns, but so too have Macarthur. So I think we're in for a really tense, tight battle tonight.
That's right, there's no Tommy Juric for Macarthur. That's been the case more or less the entire campaign so far, but there's no Alexander Shushnya, there's no Al Hassan Toure, there's no Philip Curto, who's suspended, and Uli Davila the former Wellington Phoenix schemer, is also out for another couple of weeks as well. So both sides light on in terms of personnel, as Macarthur looking to get that early ball into the area from Tommy Orr. Mossy, we've been talking about it, trying to make sense of the possible lineup for Macarthur, and we just saw Tommy Orr getting forward there, but we can see De Silva and Holman. Oh, it's hard to work out exactly. We've got Noon at right back and Najar at left wing back, but in midfield we're going to have to take a bit of time to just work out who's where.
Yeah, it looks like defensively they're going to set up in a 5-3-2 with Rose and Holman maybe pressing a little bit higher, with the three in behind them, of De Silva, Tommy Orr, of course, and Mombois. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, we know Ante Milicic is a tactician, likes to play the odd sportsmanship before the game with the formation on the team sheet. But, yeah, let's see how they line up. No doubt they'll try and put some pressure on Sydney higher up. But what has been interesting so far this season, Robbie, and they're top of the table by doing it, they've had a lot less possession in games than what they had last season, which I've found really interesting, but they're getting the results doing it. So clearly a tweak there in the pre-season for Milicic.
Well, never more so than last weekend, was it, where with 10 men they had just 25% possession for the match. They were the first side this season to come from behind to get a victory as well. It speaks volumes for what Ante Milicic has put in place, and that ability, as you say, to change a playing style during an off-season. They're the only side, and the stats certainly speak in their defence, they haven't conceded a goal from open play in 5 matches as well. So they're disciplined, they're organised, they're very, very hard to break down. And we can see Holman putting the pressure on and winning a first corner of the match off James Donachie.
Yeah, that's good from Holman there. And just to your point before, Robbie, I was looking at those possession statistics. The only time they've outpossessed a team was in round 1 against Wellington when they drew. They had 57%. Aside from that, they've come out second best in possession, but
they learned
top
their
of the
lesson.
scoreboard.
Horses for courses and tactics for teams. Clearly, Ante Milicic striking upon one where you don't need possession of the football to get results. And Sydney have shown at times this season that despite lots of possession, it's not a surefire way to results either. The flip side of the coin is that's beautiful from De Silva, who's really enjoying himself in this role at Macarthur, a little higher up the pitch.
Yeah, beautiful feet by De Silva there. He looks to be back to full fitness, enjoying his football.
Noon twisting and turning, floating the ball back post. Mariappa's head up, and De Silva is there again. Holman beaten by the bounce, but it falls kindly. Now Noon tries it, and it wasn't a pile driver. It was a cheeky little, not a chip, but it was dropping over the keeper and just kissed off the top of the crossbar. And I guess the other side of that is it's just going to rock Sydney FC a little bit as well. That first chance off the woodwork, as we see it again there in the pop-out window. Redmayne was beaten, and the Macarthur skipper almost with a fantastic first goal in his new colours. Here he is in a more familiar role, raiding down that right-hand side, cutting it onto the left with Moody Najar. He wants it on the left as well, and it's going to be another corner. And Macarthur, who we've just been saying play without the ball, sit back and counter-attack, are really taking this one to Sydney FC.
Commentator's curse. Bit of space there.
Ante Milicic just saying, let's go straight for the jugular with this new-look Sydney FC side. They won't necessarily be able to play their regular style as well, as it's Noon again with a good ball in. Headed away by Ryan Grant, who's back after his own bout with COVID. He came off the bench last time out. He's enjoying a new role, or rather an old role, if you like, for Caceres. A little further up the pitch, a little bit more freedom. Here's Paulo Retre with Grant. Caceres again. touched by Mariappa. Well, that's a good ball for Burgess across the face of goal. And the easiest of tap-ins for Patrick Wood. And Sydney FC, 10 minutes in, against the run of play, have opened the scoring.
Well, 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 Patrick Wood, the youngster, gets his chance to start today, and that will calm his nerves and give him a heap of confidence. Might be an easy tap-in, but you've got to be there, as we see here on the Harvey Norman replay. What a great run forward by Burgess. The way to pass was absolutely fantastic by Paolo Retre. Look at that, straight into the pass of Burgess. All he had to do was look up, pick his spot, Patrick Wood on the spot to tuck it home to give Sydney, as you said, a lead against the run of play.
Burgess, who's starting his 4th match in a row, a 3rd straight in the A-League men's competition, and getting better and better, serving that one up on a platter for Patrick Wood, who scored 4 goals last season for Sydney FC, all of them off the bench. This is his first A-League goal as a starter for Sydney. Break forward again with Bahaja. Down the right-hand side. Oh, the cutback is perfect! And it's Burgess, who has his first Sydney FC goal. Fantastic play again. And a second brilliant assist. Well, this time, Bahaja the assist for Burgess. A goal and an assist for him.
Look at the way Trent Bahaja plays to his strengths there. He sees the open grass, he knocks it into the space, a couple of touches, picks his pass, and Max Burgess in an acre of space. But look at this, he's just seen that open space and thought, I am going to eat that for breakfast. Picks his spot. Harvey Norman replay shows Max Burgess with a simple tap-in. That is all too easy for Sydney FC.
Where is the Macarthur Bulls defence that we've seen in the first 2.5 months of this season? Nowhere to be seen there. It's like they're waiting for half-time to get into the dressing room without conceding again. Ante's going to have his word, his coaching staff. They'll analyse what they've seen, but you get the feeling the players are not on the front foot.
No, that's right. The energy is one of the things I was going to point out, Robbie. You nailed it. It's what you want the players to show out there, is that energy to fight back into the game, and Ante's going to have to earn his money at half-time to really inject them with some belief and some energy, because they're not showing it on the pitch at the moment. But while they can keep it at 2-0 and get in the sheds, if they can grab the first goal in the second half, then they're right back in the game.
And they can take inspiration from the Newcastle Jets, who were down 2-0 at half-time to Sydney FC and came back and salvaged a point. That was not so long ago either, back in round 3 of the season. It's half-time at Campbell Stadium. The league leaders are staring down the barrel of a first defeat of the season. The Macarthur Bulls are behind on the scoreboard. Goals early in the 11th minute from Patrick Wood, his first of the season. Before that man, Burgess, did likewise and got his first of the campaign, set up perfectly by Bahaja. It's a new look Sydney FC, but it's one for the moment that's doing the business. Half-time. And Sydney FC are in the box seat. They know this feeling, though. They lead by 2-0. And we'll see if they can go on with it here. Macarthur, the home side, get the second half underway. What was a difficult opening 45 minutes for them. Phil Moss joining me in the commentary position. We were talking about it, attitude. Macarthur have to show it right from kickoff, don't they, that they want to get back in this game?
Yeah, they really do. They need to start this second half like they started the first half, with one key difference: take one of their chances and test Andrew Redmayne, because all that possession and all the huffing and puffing early in this game, they didn't force a real save out of Redders, which wouldn't have given them any confidence. And then, of course, as we saw, Sydney FC go up the other end, almost their first attack, and they're 1-0 to the good.
Well, a quick look at the statistics, and we saw them at half-time there. 4 shots for Sydney in the first half, 3 on target. Now that, and not looking to incur another commentator's curse, Sydney came into this contest with the worst shots on target record in the competition. 12 out of 12, just 35% of their 56 shots they managed to get on target, just 20 of the 56. And here you can see it there, 75% shots on target. That makes all the difference, doesn't it? Because we saw with that second effort from Maxi Burgess, if you fire that one over, you have no chance of scoring. Get it on target. You don't necessarily score, it's not 100% sure, but it's all the battle.
Yeah, that's right. There's a couple of key stats there. There's the possession stats, so possession for possession's sake is not worth goals. Effective possession is worth goals. And the shots on target. You can talk about how many shots you have, all you like, but if they're not on target, they're not going to test the goalkeeper or find the back of the net. So that is absolutely crucial, and in a lot of ways explains that big score at the top of the screen.
Now Bahaja stretching those legs again down the right-hand side, looks up, looks for Burgess, and it should have been 3-0. And Macarthur were ripped asunder again with that quick transition play from Sydney FC.
Trent Bahaja causing all sorts of problems, and Burgess, we'll see in the replay here as Bahaja gets down the right-hand side, and look at this, and Tarek spoke about this at half-time, his composure to pick the pass, not just play it into areas. And Burgess, if he had his time again, you just see him hesitate his run slightly. He really needed to go through with that run.
Coming into the middle of the park as Macarthur break forward with Rose, but Donachie does a good job.
Well, I'll get crucified for this by my kids for a bad dad joke.
But we'll just save it. We'll build up to it. And now we have a few moments, so let's go. Dad or granddad joke?
Suffice to say, we haven't seen much since round 1. But no, it's good to see him out on the pitch. It'll be interesting to see what he can add to this Macarthur performance. But Jake Holman, good chance for me just to correct something I said in the first half. I called his dad out as Dennis Holman. Of course, it's Stuart Holman, so my apologies, Stuart. Thanks to Richard Paddle, who was the technical director at Manly at the time, for correcting me at half-time.
Corner taken short. Ball back post. Wilkinson is there. Meredith not taking any chances, headering away. Wood has done brilliantly against Noon. Wood into the area, and it's there, and it's in the back of the net. And Trent Bahaja adds his name to the score sheet after a superb assist. He could have had 2 assists for Maxi Burgess. This time it's Wood providing, and Bahaja is on the score sheet, and Sydney are running away with this one.
Well, what we're going to see on this Harvey Norman replay is incredible composure by a young player called Patrick Wood. Look at the way he uses his body again to get around Craig Noon, and then in a tight area he stays so composed to pick his spot for Trent Bahaja to come onto the ball and side foot it home. But that's incredible. Against a very experienced player, Patrick Wood uses his shoulder to perfection and picks his pass for Sydney FC's 3rd goal, and another side foot finish from a Sydney FC player inside the 18-yard box.
And now Ryan Grand as Sydney come again. Ball in, looking for Wood at the back post. Mariappa, Monbois, Najar closed down quickly. They have to be careful here, Macarthur, because another goal and heads can drop and it can start doing some damage.
Yeah, it certainly can. You just have to look at the bodies, or Sydney FC bodies around the ball there on the edge of the box, and the intensity that they wanted to win that ball back with. They are full of energy.
As Najar. Well, that's a way back into the contest, forcing Redmayne into a flying save.
Yeah, pretty comfortable for Redmayne there, but nonetheless a shot on target from range that can certainly lift confidence a little bit. Good strike there from Najar. Never really troubling Redmayne, of course, but some good power behind it.
One for the cameras. And the 32-year-old Sydney FC keeper. He hasn't had too much to do. Maybe needed something to post on his social media. As he comes and claims that one.
Not buying into that one at all. That is not Andrew Redmayne. He's not one for the cameras. That's such a beard.
Good use of the body from Trent Bahaja. One-on-one. And the shot near post. Clever play. Well, Trent Bahaja there found himself one-on-one with Tommy Orr in the penalty box with no one else around and went very close to making it 4.
And I really like the way he's thought through this. You can see here, gets the ball under control, takes Tommy Orr on, a couple of touches to the right, which will shift the goalkeeper that way, and then tries to tuck it back to the near post. You can see he's really thought that through.
Burgess. Wambois' clearance is not the best. Retre in the area, just couldn't bring it down quickly enough for the shot. And Sydney, they just look more dangerous, don't they, when they come forward? You talk about that intensity, about trying to win the ball back as well. High press, all that modern football rhetoric of when you lose possession, 5 or 6 seconds, try and win it back, high up the pitch.
Yeah, and what Steve Corica has got out of his young players tonight so far is they're playing without fear.
Much with the give and go. Najjar taking off down the left flank, but Meredith didn't spot him or decided against it. Rose, that's a good touch. One to aim for in the middle, it's a good ball! It's a fantastic save, it's not finished yet. De Silva towards Rose. It would have been an own goal, but it was still a brilliant reflex save. Just blue shirts everywhere, not giving anything away. Caceres. Ball out wide for the tireless Patrick Wood. Wood wants it on his right foot, still going. Gets the shot away, takes a bobble. But Nick Suman makes the save. Into the last 60 seconds of what's been a tough night for fans of Macarthur FC against Sydney as Yazbek. Well, we saw it last week. He does have a shot on him. Aside from doing all the dirty work with the elbow grease, he's got a bit of a shot on him as well.
Ante Milicic has seen enough. It's going to shake the Sydney FC bench. This is a statement win by Sydney FC tonight, make no mistake. The depth that they've shown tonight with all the players that they've got out that we've called through the game, Robbie, for these young players to be given the confidence and the belief by the coaching staff to go out there and perform the way they have is remarkable.
A remarkable performance from Sydney FC, who record back-to-back victories in the A-League men's competition. And perhaps this is their climb back up the standings for the side that have appeared in the grand final for the last 3 years in a row. Reports of their demise, perhaps very much premature. It wasn't Macarthur FC night here at Campbelltown at home again. It's the home team curse in this fixture, which continues. It's another victory for the away side in this one. And just as the opening contest between these two finished 3-0 here at Campbelltown Stadium, so too this one as well, as it's finished courtesy of goals from Wood, Burgess and Bahaja. Sydney 3, Macarthur 0.